Alright everybody, this video is going to be very unscripted, unedited. It is a response to Brian here. He wanted to know kind of the equipment I'm using to do these podcasts. But I'm going to actually give you more of an idea of the equipment that I'm using for pretty much everything. We'll start with the podcasts and the tutorials alone. Everything starts here with this audio interface. This is a Focusrite audio interface. I don't remember what the model number is. It didn't set me back too far. It's a replacement for this, which finally died on me. I had it for I don't know, 6 years. Still works as a mixer, but the FireWire port on the back does not connect anymore. So switch to this USB interface, which it's working great. It's working quite well. Now what I ran into was when I want to do Skype calls and things like that, or if I want to record more than one or more than two channels, I have this mixer down here, which you can kind of see, well, out in the back here, I have it running through into channel 1. So this right here, this channel 2, is actually my condenser mic, which kind of handles the bassy sound of my voice. But then I also have, it's kind of a novelty, but it does actually help out. This is a directional microphone, which just kind of sits above there. I keep that level a little lower. It's more of an accent. It gets a little more crisp to my voice, so it's not all bass. And I run that through here. Now I'm going to try and bypass the mess in my room, but there's other channels going over here so that I can record while doing piano. There's the end of a cable. I plug my condenser into that, and then I have this drum mic shooting down into the piano where I do recordings and things like that. A little practice amp for the guitar being right here. This is my beater guitar sitting on my massage chair. Usually I have my headphones on, you know that. But that's kind of the gist of it. The rest of it, Spreaker does the rest. They have a neat little DJ console that kind of handles everything. It allows me to upload music and queue it up and things like that. Now right now I'm rendering a promo video for our latest fundraising campaign. So trying to raise a little more funding to get things moving a little faster. Get some of the team members compensated, allow us to, I know it looks, you're going to see here that I have a lot of equipment, but a lot of our equipment is old. That tower up there is a good 6-7 years old. For doing video editing and doing video conferencing and things like that, it's just, it's not up to speed. Plus the new Adobe CS6 stuff runs pretty poorly on it. However, I still use it. So over here we have Premiere. That's a nice shot of me, but we're rendering out a video to put on an Indiegogo print campaign. This is a list of all the vlogs I've done. Well, there's more further down, and all the footage. We also have this neat little HDMI splitter, which allows me to do things like, let's see if I can pull this off without screwing things up. I can take this cable here, stick it in the camera, and then all of a sudden now we're up here doing the infinite loop here. So I can take that out. But I usually have this set up so that it's plugged into not only the camera, but I also have this running out because I actually, instead of having 3 monitors right here, which I actually got rid of some monitors, I can switch over and hopefully, if all goes well, nope, may have it set up wrong. Oh, that's my server. So I have my server set up. I also have a 4th monitor set up there if I switch the input. But this right here is my server running, and what I did was I have this awesome Acer Windows 7 tablet, which, you know, it looks like a netbook, but this actually comes right off. Problem is I dropped it. I didn't even drop it a whole inch, and the screen broke. Now what's interesting about this screen is that even though there's no display, the touch part of it works. So if I go like this, I'm going to keep doing this here, you should be able to see me doing things. And that's pretty crazy, huh? I'm sure I could take it in and get it fixed, but right now it's working as a server. It's kind of nice because it has a solid state hard drive, so the server is running on the solid state hard drive. Then hidden, tucked back behind everything, I have a terabyte or 500 gig hard drive that actually has the server or the document root, so all the things that I host are on there. I've also got some other fun gadgets, and again, I want to make note that since I'm making a video right now to raise funds, a lot of this stuff was purchased when I still had a job at the firm I worked for when I was making decent money. And actually a lot of it was given to me because I had to have it in order to do my job. For instance, the iPod over here, that was given to me by the company because I had to make iPod apps. The iPad here, this is interesting. I have this set up with IP cameras. We are looking at my front porch right now. Depending on the lighting, I can switch over to, this is my driveway, and what this does is actually set up on motion sensors, so anytime anybody walks by or a car drives by, well, within a certain area, I get an email along with a picture. So somebody wants to come up in here and do whatever people that come into people's houses do, I will get a picture of them. Let me see. We also have this Pentacle here. I don't have it plugged in right now. I recently rearranged some things and I haven't plugged it back in. This is kind of cool. It's not a professional device by any means to do HD video or anything like that. It fails. However, what I have used it for is taking this camera that I'm using right now, and I'll plug it in here, and because of this driver I have, I can turn this into my webcam, which makes for some interesting video. Let me see, what else do I have here. We have our touchscreen computer here, which is what I use to sample Windows 8, which I'm getting a little more comfortable with. Getting used to the gestures takes a little bit of time. Finding all your apps takes a minute. It's a very disorganized setup here. Getting back to the desktop is a pain. I really wish I had my regular start menu back, but that's an example of that. Before I can get a Windows Surface, this is my best. Well, this is what I use to get comfortable with it. Let's see. I actually mounted, I found a drum mic mount, if you can see it here, to mount my directional mic, and I just mounted it on this cheap little Walmart kitchen surface table thingy. I don't know. I've got tons of these things laying around. I think I have one laying on the floor somewhere around here. Then let's see, hard drives upon hard drives. Got hard drives here, hard drive there, hard drives inside. There's the Wacom tablet I use every once in a while. Oh, one of my favorite things is the, well, I lost it. It is the A pen. It allows me to write on the piece of paper and it'll show up on the screen, and it works a lot like a whiteboard because everything is done with a ballpoint pen, so everything gets written but it also gets sent up on the screen, so it works really well. I was using the Wacom tablet for that, but the I don't know, the response with it, the stylus, I just didn't like it. Now, those of you who have known me long enough, I have a bit of OCD. Along with not liking to touch certain things, I also have a problem with using the same thing. So if you'll see here, I have a lot of the exact same pens. I really prefer these Pilot G2 pens, especially the finest point, which then got me into using these really cool Zebra ballpoint pens. I like these. I like drawing with a ballpoint pen. Here's a ballpoint pen with a stylus tip at the end of it. But I've always enjoyed drawing with ballpoint pens, but writing, I love the smooth G2 feel. And here's the notes from the last broadcast, what I like to call fact. Let me see. These guys here are great. I use this for, oops, excuse me. These are Logitech wireless headphones. They've got a nano receiver. They kind of just work like the wireless keyboard, but this allows me to look like an idiot, but at the same time I get to do my live sessions using these, and I can roam around my room and not feel confined to my chair. Likewise, another Logitech headset, exact same thing. Oop, I'm getting crazy with the camera again. Only this is Bluetooth and I use this for my phone. So if I have to make a phone call and I need to be hands-free, this is perfect. I look like an idiot. I look like I should be in a drive-thru at McDonald's, but I'm 32. I don't care. It gets the job done. The infamous whiteboards go on for miles here. I have them pretty much everywhere. I have them under my tables. I have them all over the place. I also like to collect tablet mounts and things of that nature. This is a gem here. I love this. This is where I keep my cameras. This was supposed to be a shelf up on the wall or like a cabinet in a bathroom. I got it at a garage sale, but it works great for storing my camera equipment and keeping it kind of safe. Got a nice fisheye lens here. Got my Canon DSLR. I got my other camera, which I'm not using right now, obviously. Well, some microphones fell in there. The cables that go to everything. I've got some lighting, even more lighting. Here's another lens for the DSLR. It's a great little thing. I know I've showed this one before. We'll walk over here where we can't see things, because I do have a mess here. But this right here is my tattoo cart. This allows me to keep all my tattoo equipment together. My inks, some of which are crap. I've been replacing it with better ink lately. Keep my needles and tubes here. These are my liners and tubes. Then the tattoo machines, not guns, machines. The ink tray, the ink caps. These are surgical pens, so that in case I don't want to do a transfer, like a carbon transfer, and I want to draw freehand on someone's skin and then use that as my outline. That works. Oh, then down here we have our I don't know what you really call these, dental mat. They're pads, whatever. Basically place this on people, and I put it on my tray to keep things kind of sanitary here. These are more caps. Then the power supply, the pedal, and the cables to go with. And then down here, some more sanitary things. And now I don't know where my gloves are. Those are my favorite part. My gloves. I love these gloves. Not just because they're black and evil, but because they fit. But I actually got this container. I get massages because I have a destroyed back, and I get massages at a beauty college, and they were getting rid of these containers that the beauty students use. So it's perfect for keeping my, this is for doing transfers, this is for sanitizing, this is for, well, shaving, and this is just water. This is my bulk size black ink, razors, water bottles, green soap, which stings if you don't use it right. Anyways, that's a tour around. Here, I'll try and hide some things on the ground here. This is a project that I'm working on for a friend. I have to take every single one of these floppy disks, which I first had to buy an external floppy drive. So these mini CDs and these floppies, I'm tasked with putting together on a hard drive for his father for a gift. Then I have my drafting table, which, there you go, drafting table, complete with my CT scan slides that show how and where my back is broken. I'm going to show the mess a little bit just to show how cool my refrigerator is. I love this refrigerator. You could survive a nuclear blast in it. But yeah, that's what I got. That's how I do everything. I don't know. Can't think of anything else. There's some wireless headphones. I like those, but they get a little staticky. So, Brian, hopefully that answers some of your questions. Any other questions, let me know. But again, basically, you really don't even need this mixer. You just need some sort of audio interface. And honestly, you don't even need an audio interface. You could use that headset I just showed you. You could use a USB microphone. Now, if you want a more studio quality sound, then a nice microphone and even a second microphone, which again is more novelty, but it does help. These run, I think, around $300 or $400. This I can't remember, but then, you know, I just have this nice. I actually have this is a drum stand, or a drum mic stand for a bass drum, and then I attached a gooseneck to it to run down so they can get kind of in my face so I can talk. If you see here, I can talk and see the screen, which helps out. So, Brian, I hope that helped. Any other questions? Let me know.